this galaxy.
The crew is gathering. Would you like to join us for game night?
Concord is a 5v5 first-person shooter set in the vibrant sci-fi.
Alright, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? We're back again with another YouTube video, and today we are witnessing one of the greatest flops in gaming history, and this comes courtesy from Sony. Now, the name of the game in question is called Concord, and this very much well be the first time a lot of you guys are even hearing about this game is its failure. The game itself is a 6v6 hero shooter that looks like it takes, inspiration from like Guardians of the Galaxy and obviously Overwatch, and it came at a price tag of $40. Now, I do need to add that this was a PlayStation exclusive, and also you could get it on Steam as well. Now, like I said, it was a massive failure. Big reason why is obviously it wasn't marketed very good. Even though I believe the cinematics were probably one of the best parts about the game. The cinematics were absolutely gorgeous. They were on par with a lot of the Destiny 2, like later expansion ones, where it's just absolutely beautiful. The music was great. So yeah, obviously cinematics were really pretty, but that's all I really can say about the game in a positive light. Now, I haven't played the game since I am on Xbox, but I have seen other people play it, and it doesn't look like it's bad. It's just painfully generic, which is an absolute killer when you've got other games within the same market that are free. Right? So that's why this game massively failed, is obviously the price tag. It was really scummy of Sony to even put a price tag on it, especially if you're going to go live service. It just completely killed the game. Not to mention the characters were extremely boring and bland. There's been countless videos on YouTube of people comparing the characters from Overwatch 2 and Concord and showing why there's a massive difference between them. In a game like this, characters will either win or lose in terms of marketing. Obviously, if you have pretty characters and they all got cool move sets and they all have their own unique playstyle and voice lines and characteristics, it's probably going to succeed a lot better than the boring characters they got in Concord. Obviously, I got to bring up the Rule 34 stuff when it came to Overwatch, so it instantly already had a pretty big fan base just because of the characters. And then you look at Concord and no one gave a shit. They all looked really basic and actually kind of bad. They just didn't look very interesting, looked extremely generic. Compared to characters in Overwatch 2 who have their own really cool backstories and character developments and whatever, right? Also, the fact that the game, again, was a PlayStation exclusive really limited the fan base. It's also on Steam as well, but being a PlayStation exclusive, again, really alienates your market, really, compared to, again, Overwatch 2 or Paladins or these other games within the same genre that can really branch out and gather as much player base as they can, right? So it really kind of limited the fan base already. But even that being said, it launched with a peak of 2,000 players. Again, a colossal flop, especially when you compare it to Overwatch 2, that last time I checked, it had 25,000 concurrent players within the last 24 hours. That, I don't even need to tell you guys the difference there, right? There's clearly something went wrong here. There's clearly a massive flop. And videos like this, I like to say that I kind of feel bad for the company, but because it's Sony, they've taken so much money from their own fan base. It's like, okay, womp womp. Like, just learn to make a better game. Learn to read the room a little bit. Maybe don't spend 8 years sinking developer time into a game that no one cared about, right? And now, I'm not like a big single player Andy, but like, you got to think of it. You're trying to charge people $40 for an online service game that has no campaign, that has no interesting values to it, when you could have taken the same 8 years and develop a really good single player game that has replayability. And, it doesn't have to sink as much money long term because it's not live service. You can make a couple DLCs for it and that be that. But because it's supposed to be live service, when you launch with 600 players, imagine 3 months from now, that's going to be either cut in half or zero. Right? So yeah, absolutely colossal fail. Again, there could be a number of reasons why it failed. Obviously, I wasn't interested in the game, but that's also because I was on Xbox. But even then, I didn't really care because, I play Overwatch. So, there's that. But at the same time, I don't think a lot of people had any hype for it. Now, the memes and jokes coming from it are actually really funny. For instance, you have this guy named Ross Tweets Games who tweeted this out. Was nice to get out of the house and leave the internet behind for a bit. Did a bit of shopping and finally bought Concord. Can't play until Saturday, but look forward to it. In which I thought this was really funny, where GameStop retweeted it saying, I have some bad news for you. Now, they did say that they're going to be offering full refunds, which is obviously the right thing to do. If you're going to be canceling their service and completely taking the game off the shelves, obviously that's the right path. Give all the people back their money because they obviously can't even use the game anymore. So yeah, obviously, I don't know, man. This is just, it's kind of insane. And I know I'm playing Cyberpunk in the background, and that's kind of for a reason, because Cyberpunk launched horrendously, but they did eventually build their way back. And again, Cyberpunk is a single player game, so they had the opportunity to make it better. Even though I think a game should release good, I think you shouldn't release a game prematurely. It always has enough time in the oven, right? So to launch a game prematurely is kind of stupid, but they had a chance to revive the game, make it better, and Phantom Liberty 2.0 is amazing. The game is absolutely amazing now. It's a little bit different when you have a live service game that heavily relies on there being an actual player base. So yeah, that's all I really want to talk about. Let me know your guys' opinions in the comments down below, and as always, I'll see you guys in the next YouTube video.
Counting sheep, but there's one I always miss.